Europe is a competitive aviation market, so you would think that outside competition would find it hard to gain a foothold, but you'd be wrong, because that is what Ethiopian Airlines has done, so why don't we try them out? Starting early from my hotel, I'm heading to the airport here at Stockholm to try out Ethiopian Airlines. Offering more European fifth freedom routes than any other non-European airline, I want to find out how good they are.
And that's why we're here at Stockholm Arlanda Airport, to take Ethiopian Airlines from here in Stockholm over to Oslo in Norway. Now, this is a fifth freedom route, as you might be able to guess, so it'd be interesting to see how Ethiopian Airlines is compared to the usual carriers that go between these two Scandinavian cities.
Getting into Stockholm Arlanda Terminal 4, we need to get over to Terminal 5 to check in. Thankfully, all of Arlanda's terminals are linked, so walking there is easy enough.
So, funny thing about this flight is, because it's on Ethiopian Airlines, even though it's going between two EU countries, the aircraft is registered in Ethiopia. So, we will actually have to leave the EU to board the aircraft, and then on the other end, re-enter the EU. So we'll have two border crossings for a 1-hour flight within the EU. And that's just how the fifth freedom works.
This early in the morning, not a lot is open, so I head straight for check-in.
Okay, so that's us now in Terminal 5. Where are the check-in desks for Ethiopian now? That's the only thing we need to find. Okay, check-in is at 46 and 47, and I can see it now. So, yeah, pretty good. Doesn't appear to be anybody here though, so.
However, despite being on time, it didn't look like checking was open.
I'll just wait.
And it wouldn't be until 1 hour before takeoff. After a bit of a wait though.
Just checking in, please. For Oslo. Thank you. Okay. Perfect, thank you very much. Cheers.
With check-in opened, I eventually got checked in. However, I am a bit concerned about how everyone would be able to check in for their flight if this morning's flight was busy. To me, 1 hour doesn't seem long enough for check-in and bag drop.
Okay, so all checked in now with Ethiopian Airlines. Got my ticket. Tried to do online check-in, but it wouldn't let me for some reason. So, just got a paper ticket. Just better safe than sorry. So, yeah, all that's left to do now is to get through security and then get through the border, because we do have to go through the border and then back into the EU on the other end. So I'm going to go do that now, and I'll get you on the inside. That's us through security now. The gate is F66, so that does tell me that it's outside the EU border, so need to go there. Definitely want a coffee. I'm kind of desperate for one now, if I'm honest, because that was a long wait for the check-in. They only started check-in about an hour before boarding is officially meant to commence, so yeah, don't know why that is, especially if it's going to be a busy flight. It is a 787, I believe, so don't know. But anyway, going to get through the border area, I think, and then see about getting a coffee. Maybe some breakfast as well, actually. Quite hungry.
Once through security, I joined the very long line for border control to exit the EU.
Okay, as you can see, the line for passport control is quite long. A lot of queues today, a lot of waiting. Right, finally through the border. That was a long wait at the border as well. It's a day of waiting today, but let's have a look. Oslo F66. Do we have time to get coffee? Coffee here? I think we've got time to get coffee. Let's get coffee.
Hi there. Can I get the ham and cheese croissant, please?
Yes, sir.
And can I get a black coffee as well, please?
Americano.
Yeah, please.
Would you like to sit here and take away?
Take away, please. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Got me coffee finally. Oh, this is so needed. Oh, first sip of the day. So nice. Anyway, we're at F66. Just look at that sunrise. That's one really nice sunrise. But yeah, we're F66, so right down the end of the terminal. And I believe it's a Boeing 787 that we're on today. 787-8, I think it is, or 9. I can't remember which one Ethiopian has. But Ethiopian is basically an airline that's built on the back of the 787. They have a lot of them. It's one of the largest fleets within their airline.
Getting to the gate area, our flight was on the board, but for a flight about to depart, this area was eerily quiet.
Okay, I needn't have rushed, it looks like, because there isn't a plane. So I'm either guessing it's going to be a touch and go, or yeah, it's going to be delayed. I don't know. I'm going to have my croissant and my coffee, and we'll see.
While having both my coffee and my food, our Ethiopian Airlines Boeing 787 arrived to the gate.
Okay, so as you can see, our 787 has arrived from Addis Ababa. Hopefully shouldn't be long now until we're getting on board and on our way up to Oslo.
As the aircraft pulled up to the stand, what few passengers we were called for boarding.
Oslo are ready for boarding, and we welcome our passenger board aircraft. Have the passport ready.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, so getting on board Ethiopian Airlines 787-8.
Hi there.
Hi. Good morning.
13L.
Okay, that is I
That's
think.
it. Perfect, thank you.
Getting on board Ethiopian's 787, the seating is in a 3-3 layout.
Are on board Ethiopian 787-8 in economy. The seat space is actually really, really nice. You can't tell that the plane has been on a long haul flight because it's still a bit of a mess. But other than that, seat's comfortable enough. A lot of legroom, so can't complain about that really. As I say, as you can see, there's tons of legroom, plenty of legroom. Got the screen as well. Really nice, decent size. So yeah, can't complain really.
I was pleasantly surprised to find that there was a decent selection of entertainment to choose from. And of course, a moving map, which is just one of my favourite things on a flight. And quickly, after the doors were closed, we got the safety demonstration, and after we were pushed back from the gate. And then pushed back to the gate. I have no idea why this happened. Nothing was announced. But then we were pushed back from the gate again. And this time, we taxied our way out to the runway for takeoff. Taking off out of Stockholm, our flight over to Oslo should take around 1 hour 10 minutes. In the back of each seat is a coat hanger and USB socket, a tray table, which is of a decent size, and a glass of juice was given out to everyone. I thought this was a nice touch considering how short the flight is. And after, we were beginning our descent into Norway and Oslo. Oslo, of course, being one of the many homes of Scandinavian Airlines, the home of Norwegian Airlines, and of course, the home of North Atlantic Airlines, who I am scheduled to fly on again very soon, so be sure to subscribe to the channel for that.
Thank you.
Now here we are then in Oslo, Norway. It's funny because now we actually do have to go back through the EU border.
However, arriving into Oslo wouldn't be as easy as it seems, as it seemed the airport wasn't expecting our flight to arrive, with all the arrival doors being locked.
Okay, this is a bit weird. We've all just been left to... The doors to arrivals appears to be locked. There's only a lift. We're not all getting it.
Eventually it looks like we would be allowed into arrivals, up the escalator, but no. Another locked door. Eventually someone realised that a flight had indeed arrived and unlocked the doors for us to get into Norway.
Well, that was interesting. I've never actually arrived at an airport where they weren't expecting the plane to arrive on the jet bridge. All the doors and things were locked. At least we're on our way to passport control now.
Once we were through passport control and in Norway, and once again in the European Economic Area, I should say at this point that this flight cost me £34 one way, which is actually very competitive with other airlines servicing this route. And in fact, on the day I booked this, Ethiopian Airlines was the cheapest airline servicing the Stockholm to Oslo route. So value-wise, for a flight on a 787 at that cost, come on, it's hard to beat it on value.
Okay, and there we have it. Ethiopian Airlines. What did you make of that? You let me know down below. Personally, I thought it was pretty good. It was a bit quirky. There was a lot of waiting, and there were some quirky quirks that sort of happened that you don't usually expect. But yeah, can't complain too much. But anyway, we're in Oslo now, so need to see where I need to go next. But anyway guys, I'm gonna leave you here. If you like this video, then you should check out this video here. And as always people, we will see you all in the next one.